Greetings and welcome back to yet another episode of Slay the Spire, and today we're going to be playing as the Silent. It's another cursed run, and it's not just a meme, it's actually a modifier here. We also start with Brewmaster, so a lot of potions, which seems to be the norm lately, and we also have time dilation. I'll try to take better care of actually utilizing that in combat. With all of that said, let's just embark on the journey. We know what this means, we've seen them before, so no real reason to discuss them in length. Let's go. 5 alchemizes. A lot of relics gives us things if we get curses, so we have to keep in mind that curses or taking curses is actually gonna be pretty good. Especially because they give us strength, we have time dilation, which will just increase our damage. So we want a lot of spells that hit hard, or at least a lot of spells that hit many times. And because they hit many times, they'll hit hard, so it kind of works in both ways. Now I see 2 elites here, and a few question marks. I'm not sure if it's gonna be the safest route to go. Because if I go here, then I guess, there's a campfire between, let's try. Let's go for the point. Let's go for the score. It's enough lollygagging. We need to do what's right. So if we want to really maximize strikes, we want to play other cards first, right? We want to play every single card before we play a strike, and typically I think we want to play our lowest ranking cards first before we play our strikes. Or just any attacking card. So that's exactly what I'm gonna be doing. And of course, if I get the chance to play Alchemize, I can just do that first. Okay, so no reason to play Strike at any point before the end. I might just pop a block potion here. I don't think there's a good reason not to. I just want to block potions, I suppose. A power is unnecessary, I think. I'll just do this. Oh, wait. Yeah, I want to strike. I don't know, I for some reason thought I had 2 energy there, but it's fine, it's fine. We have the curse key, so we start with 4 energy, which is also really nice. So defend, is this enough to kill him? It doesn't really, it doesn't matter. In this case, I'll play Survivor last just so I don't discard the card, obviously, right? I want to maximize the effects of the cards I have in my hand, and if I discard them, I can't use them, so that's pretty bad. So all of this seems pretty bad. We don't need energy, we don't need anything else. Let's go. Fine. I don't need your silly cards. That's actually pretty good. Wait a second. Is there anything super decent here? After Image, Sucker Punch might not be the worst card, but I'm not willing to pay 52 for it. Does that make sense? Like, if I saw it, maybe I would pick it up, but paying for it just seems a little bit ridiculous. So I'm sorry, man, you drive a very poor bargain. A Golden Idol, sure. Take some damage or get the curse. In most cases like damage, but in this case we want curses, especially curses that aren't super bad. So if you get things like normalities, etc., I'll probably want to avoid them, but in the case of curses that aren't too terribly bad, I think it's fine. So just the ones that we can't play, basically, or anything else. There are a few curses which aren't too terrible, but the ones that are innate, which start out in your hand, can be a little bit annoying. Do I just throw a fire potion? Maybe I just save this for the elites, right? Because 20 damage outright is just decent, so I'll just use this, I suppose. I suppose that doesn't really matter. I just wanted to play. Oh, that's good. Intangible is actually so decent here. So normalizes and any innate curses tend to be pretty bad because they actually have a super negative effect, but other curses I don't think are too terrible. No reason to take a strike potion. Unload, 14 damage, all non-attack cards. It's 14 damage. Flying knee might not be bad, but I think an unload is completely fine. A completely fine pickup. Do we remove a card? Do we just remove 1 alchemize? I think removing 1 alchemize is not going to be the worst of ideas. I could have done it at the shop as well for the same price, but I didn't really think about it, if I'm being completely honest. So I suppose I can just chuck a fire potion at him now, right? And just do this. A plated armor is not going to be the worst of things. So yeah. Either I want cards that are cheap and I can play a lot of them, or I'd want cards which I think I'm just gonna block. Is that a good idea? I might buff him too much. Maybe just 1 survivor. That's essentially 6 block. Yeah, let's do that. 1 survivor. We don't need to go overboard. We're gonna take some damage, but it's fine. This is 15 damage. This is just 7. Alright, so is that enough to kill him? Maybe it might be. Because of the explosive potion. It is enough. Great. Perfect. Not perfect, but pretty good. The 10 starting armor is gonna be, block is gonna be so good. Dagger spray, exactly what we need. We want cards which attack multiple times, just so we can actually get the benefit out of using, out of having a bunch of strength. This might be not be the worst upgrade. It's not either too weak. Is just, I think, really good. But I'm gonna upgrade Dagger Spray. We want more offense, or maybe we want defense. I'm not sure. Okay, so they blocked the dilation. Okay, got it. Got it. No problem. This is not looking too terribly good. I have 10 armor. I don't even have to play it, but I will, for no reason whatsoever. And let's just focus on this guy because he has less HP. Maybe I should have just thrown a vulnerable on him, to be honest. No reason not to. I have so many potions at this point, and I think it would have guaranteed that he would have died. No reason not to do it now, I suppose. So just do this. He's dead. I could have optimized that a little. Okay, that was bad. I should have obviously just used the 15 damage on him and 8 damage on this guy. I'll weaken him, I suppose. No reason not to. I have enough alchemizers, and just I get too many potions that I should be liberal with using them, I think. I'll use this at the end. What am I doing? I just saw Dagger Spray. I was like, oh, that's pretty good. I just wanted to use it, but no, I can't use it. It's bad. I'll just use this just to get enough block to sustain this, and I'll do this, I suppose. Again, I should have focused on this guy, not... What am I doing? My brain is all fuzzy. It's fine though, it's fine. Don't worry about it. He's weakened anyway. So this time we just focus on the other guy. It's fine, don't worry about it. We're gonna be able to block for enough, so that's good. We want to do this, and survive. That's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's not optimal, but we didn't take that much damage, and I think it's still relatively okay. This guy is just dead. This guy will be dead soon, I hope. These are one of my least favorite effects in this game, especially when you get a lot of them in a row. That was poor play, but we don't have time dilation anyway, so it's fine. I just want to build a muscle memory of playing defense first, I suppose. A fire potion is better than a fear potion, I think, at this point. A dagger throw, I mean, an endless agony might, I suppose it works with time dilation to an extent because it's a free card, which means we can play. I'll try it. Let's not shy away from experimenting. I want to remove that. I've learned my lesson in general, and that is don't have normality in your deck. Especially with draw effects, it's just a killer. Let's upgrade an endless agony because a little bit more damage, but I think a neutralize is gonna be more beneficial for us. Still weak, especially if we don't have a lot of defense. Just seems like a good bargain at this point. Alright, so how do I deal with you, fella? Maybe an explosive potion? Let's show an alchemize. A strength is, I suppose, fine. I just want to use another alchemize, to be honest, right? A defend and an unload. That's a lot of damage. Is he just dead? He might be. I think I want to replace this potion, and then I'll just strike him. I'll weaken him, it's fine, that's fine for like the boss, maybe. Speed potion is, I don't think, necessary. Poison stab, I suppose it could be okay. I don't really have a poison deck. I don't really want to have a poison deck. A lot of dodge and rolls in this deck, which maybe I should have picked up one at some point, but honestly, it's fine. I think I'm being way too passive with the cards I pick up, which is something I should probably get better at, but it's fine. It's fine, don't worry about it. Curses like this, I'm a fan. Normality, though, can just go straight to hell. Alright, so this is the what I was talking about, right? Because they are free, I can play them, and they just stack up. Basically, every single one of them increases my damage by 10%, so that just seems pretty useful if you want to get through enemies fast. A Storm of Steel is, I mean, one of my favorite cards. Well, not really, but it's pretty good. Backstab might not be the worst card as well. It's innate, it just deals a lot of damage on its own. But Storm of Steel just seems a pretty good fit for a deck like this. Let's take it. I've had a Storm of Steel deck, I think that was my first deck on this channel. So it has some, not semantic, what's it called? Maybe it's semantic, I'm not sure. It has some meaning to me, that's what I'm trying to say. There's a proper word for it, I just can't recall it from the top of my head right now. It's fine, I have enough block because of Anchor, and I'm just dealing a ridiculous amount of damage. So it's actually all looking pretty fine. Having 2 fire potions for 40 damage might actually be pretty good. A dagger throw is Choke might be okay, but I don't know. I can't forget that it might be a good idea to have cards which cost a little bit more, mostly because we have 4 energy to start, right? So wait, that's 12 damage. I need to do the math. 12 damage plus 20 damage is 32 damage, and we need to do 33 to phase him. So that just seems perfect. The only thing I worry about is if I do it once, he's gonna get increased by 10%. 10% of 6 is 6.6, which I think this means that this is gonna do 7 damage instead. So that will phase him. So I don't want to do that. So I don't want to throw a fire potion. But what I will do is just endless agony him and worry about the fire potions next turn. I don't know if that was a good idea or not, but it felt right. Yeah, so this is the only problem with Unload and Storm of Steel. Right? If I play this, it discards the Storm of Steel, so that's pretty bad. He's still not attacking though. I think a Strike and a Storm of Steel is just gonna be the most damage, right? I'll throw a fire potion at this point. No reason not, I suppose. We get so many passive potions. It's fine, don't worry about it. I should have played an Alchemize, obviously. It's not that big of a deal. All in all, I think. A leg sweep, I think one leg sweep might not be the worst of bargains, just to get some block. So let's take it. And I'll just upgrade it, honestly, because it's probably gonna be one of our only defenses we have. One upgraded Chief seems better for now. We're gonna upgrade it later. Especially in a boss like this one, where we just need the burst to get him through his first stage. Let's just pop a Strength Potion, no reason not, I suppose. An Alchemize. A weak we can play it later. I mean, no, I'm gonna play it now, because I want to play another Alchemize. A Thorns is fine. A Dagger Spray is gonna deal 12 damage. I think this is gonna be better, right? Yeah. 2 cards essentially phase them, dealt 30 damage. That's pretty good. That's really good. But it's true that we did have a Strength Potion, so all of that is pretty nice. If I strike him, he's not gonna get through my armor. We want to perfect this boss. I think we can. I think our offense is good enough that we should be able to do this. Even if we have to pop an intangible. So that's exactly what I'm gonna be doing right now, because I don't have enough defense to sustain this. The question is, if I attack him, I can only attack him once, right? Because that's gonna deal 3 damage. No, it's gonna deal 1 damage when we have intangible, right? We can attack him 2 more times, and I think I'd prefer to attack him with strikes, and the endless agonists can just go back in our deck to recycle. Great. This is looking fine. He's weakened, so I'm not too worried about that. I think a strike and a Storm of Steel should just be fine. It should just phase him theoretically, not theoretically, but we're dealing so much damage. It's fine. It's great. It's looking well. Really? I can defend for 5. Okay, game, is this how you want to play this? Is this how you... See, I don't appreciate that. I can only do 1 more, so I'll just strike him. Great, just give me 1 block, literally 1 block, and that would have been fine. But no, you had to go and do it your way, didn't you? Huh? It's fine, he might be dead. Or he's dead when he attacks me, that's great. But that was way too close. You have to admit it, that was a little bit cheeky. Corpse Explosion, After Image, I don't like any of this. Bullet Time, I don't really need it, we have enough energy, and there's a good chance we might pick another energy relic here. You have 2 Fury cards, I don't like it. Gain energy for, no. I suppose a Black Star. I don't really want this, I don't want less cards, I think our deck is already pretty in a bad spot. We need more cards to make it work for later floors, and this just seems a bit too soon, I suppose. So we're just gonna take Black Star, let's play it safe. And that should be it. Let's go into the city, the Act 2 of our journey. Okay, so the elites are here, 1 is there. We can hit 2, we can hit 2 at most. Alright, so where do we want to go? I think we want to hit a shop. Another shop might not be the worst of ideas, because we can go here, then we can kind of stray away. Doesn't really matter where we go here, we can go here. The only thing I'm worried about here is that there are not a lot of campfires, right? If we decide to go here, we can heal, and then we go here, and there's just a bunch of combat before we get to here. We might be able to sustain it, but it seems a little bit dangerous. And if we go here, there's just no campfires which is silly. I think if I want to hit that shop, I think we want to hit an early shop, and then I'll decide where to go when we get here, I suppose, because this is the only path. So let's do that. The only premise here is I want to hit an early shop. I will defend, and I will do a strike. And I need to remove normality from the deck. We got another curse after beating the boss, Decay. That's fine, Decay is completely fine, I'm not too worried about Decay. With Storm of Steel, I'm not really too worried about anything in general. Maybe drawing more cards is gonna be a good idea for Storm of Steel. I didn't think about this, but I'm thinking about it now, and that's what I'm gonna be employing in the future. So this is just gonna do more damage than the Storm of Steel, so let's just go Storm of Steel. I'm not sure if it's gonna be enough to kill him, but I think it might be close. He's gonna deal 8 damage, I'm not too worried. We heal for 2 every combat, I'm not gonna waste a fire potion on him yet. I think we might need it better later. Alright, he has block, that's fine. I'm just thinking... Oh, no, he's there. I'm just thinking, is it a good idea to remove... I think it's a good idea. Oh, Infinite Blades. Yes, please. More cards every turn is always a good idea. Flash of Steel is fine, I suppose. I don't like any of these cards, honestly. Like another dodge and roll, let's just remove normality from the deck. I don't like it. I don't want to have too many curses as well, right? Because I can't sustain a bunch of curses. Shops appear more often, bonus 20% discount on all products. This is just a good gamble because we have the golden idol. I mean, I want to buy it just because it seems like it's a good idea. One vulnerable just seems good. So can I buy both? Yeah, let's go. That's okay, that seems fine. That seems fine. We also have the regen potion, so I'm not too worried about taking damage. So I hope that I will be able to restore it in time, eventually. Infinite Blades is just a good bargain at this point. I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, and a damage, I suppose. No reason, I mean, no reason to play Storm of Steel there. I think it would have been that useful. But it might have been, I'm not sure. I'm not a professional at this game, I'm just someone who thinks he knows what he's doing, sometimes. Accuracy just seems like a good idea, honestly. Even though it's temporary, it just seems like a good idea. So we want to go from least to most damage. Why does a shift do more damage than a strike does? I won't even question it. That makes no sense. Does it make any sense? I don't think it makes any sense. This game sometimes. The math does not check out. No, don't worry about it, it's fine, it's fine. I gain 5 strength. Can I just end him this turn? I think I might be able to. With strength, it should be enough. There we go. And I didn't use my fire potion. That's also pretty good. Cloak and Dagger. Yeah. I think we need another Infinite Blades, but the Cloak and Dagger, just for some defense, some more damage, seems good. And the shivs are obviously pretty good because they add more cards to our hand. And we have to play... So essentially, every time we play it, it decreases damage of our shivs by 10%, which might be up to 1 damage, or even 2 if you really kind of go crazy at some point. So the fact that we play more cards by playing the Cloak and Dagger, and then we have 2 more cards to play, just seems like a really good idea in this particular scenario. I hope that made sense. I think it made sense. It should have made sense. He's dealing 5 damage. I don't have enough block to sustain both of them, which makes me inclined to just end his life with a fire potion. And that's exactly what I'm gonna be doing. Why? Sure, 2 damage. I don't mind 2 damage. I can heal 2 damage in a pretty good manner. I'll just... This gives me an upgraded shiv, so I think I'm just gonna do this. I don't think neutralize is gonna be as good as just having 3 shivs which deal damage. This is fine. This is fine. I don't like these guys. Their little feathers make them seem way more menacing than they have any right to be. That might seem like a very minor complaint, but just think about it. So now they're not dealing as much damage as before. I'm not really sure what's up with the shields. I think I'm missing something that's just probably very plainly obvious to most of you, and I'm just not seeing it. Alright. Sneak Strike. None of this seems any good. But this... just give me 5 max HP. Also, every time we get a curse, we get, I think, 6 HP. Yeah. So this is just something that I don't think people tend to notice because it's not really all that important. Most people notice you have more energy and the fact you get strength by having curses in your deck. But having more max HP is pretty nice. In most cases, I would say, I think. I would imagine. Maybe that's a better way to put it. If I just do this, it's gonna be not fine, but it's the best we can do at this point. It's not that terrible. We set up our infinite blades, we dealt 22 damage to him. It's okay. Honestly, it's okay. He's gonna be doing damage to us, and there's nothing we can do about it. I'm not too big of a fan of that. We did draw a few curses, which is unfortunate, and I think I'm just gonna pop this. This fight is probably gonna go on for a while, at least 2 more turns, I suspect. Especially if we just draw a bunch of defense, then it's definitely gonna take 2 turns. Yeah, awkward, as some would put it. This is gonna deal more damage, right? 16, it's actually gonna be the same. Let's just play Dagger Spray. No, I should have played Unload, because I think hitting him twice triggers his Malleable. It's fine though, it's fine, don't worry about it. If there's a way for us to block enough, I'm gonna prefer doing that, just so our healing actually has a chance to do something. Okay, I just noticed that I'm frail, which means I defend for less. That's a little bit unfortunate. I'm dealing damage steadily, and the fact I'm healing for 8 and then 7 and then 6 is also pretty good. No reason to attack him, honestly, I just want to heal out. It would be ideal if I could set something up at some point. Let's just get him very low, if that's a possibility. If I attack him again, is he dead? No, it's 3 HP. That's great. That means I can just basically end his life on this turn, most likely. No, not most likely, it's pretty much guaranteed. And I'm at almost full. I did use up like 2 healing potions, but it's fine, honestly. It's fine, don't worry about it. Another infinite blades. Yeah, it's innate. So let's go. 2 infinite blades, a cloak and dagger, and 2 alchemizes. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be happy about this, but it is what it is at this point. Let's do this. And I suppose an attack potion, which is free for every attack this turn. Glass knife, I think glass knife is gonna do more damage in this thing. So let's take it and maybe try to kill one. I don't think we can though, which is the real bummer here. I'm really glad we have Anchor, just so we have some starting defense, otherwise this would have been really terrible. Let's just focus on the one that has the least HP. Oh, can we kill him? We can kill this guy. Just outright. Wait a sec, how the hell do I deal so much damage? I guess he's vulnerable, but that's 28. I'm actually so confused. Why are we dealing so much damage with glass knife? Is it really the... I suppose the vulnerable and the slow stack so well. It's just ridiculous. I'll just kill this guy, I suppose. No reason to not... I mean, no reason to focus on this guy if he's already dead by 1 attack on our next turn, I suppose, right? A strike is gonna do more damage, we can just do this, and I think a storm still should just kill him. If I did my math right. I did. Bag of preparation. More cards in my hand is always a good idea, so I'm really happy about that. A random skill, a retain. I don't think it's necessary, to be honest, because we don't have any other random curses in our hand, in our deck, sorry. Heal 33 HP is unnecessary, let's just add a card. Honestly, I'm gonna add another infinite blades if I have to, but I'd prefer to avoid it maybe at this point. Grand finale seems like a good deal. A cloak and dagger also seems like a good deal. I'm gonna take a cloak and dagger. It just feels like it stacks so well with the slow effect. We just gain so much things. Start each elite combat with the strength. Is this... Nah, I don't... Maybe. Potion belt also seems pretty good, but I don't think it's necessary at this point. Maybe removing a card is gonna be a good idea. But what do I remove? Maybe just a basic defend. They're not doing me any favors real, or just another alchemize. Let's do that. Doesn't seem to be doing much for us. An endless agony. I'll just add it. I don't know. Let's just add more cards to our deck. Why not, I suppose. We can go here and hit another shop. Will we get enough gold to actually sustain it? Who knows? Who knows, really, at this point. It just... Let's go to another shop, I suppose. Another normality. I'm not a fan. So, okay, we want to remove normality. So it's a good idea we went to the shop, so we can actually just get it out of our system. I like seeing a hand like this. Honestly, this just makes me so happy. This is gonna deal so much frigging damage to him. That strike, 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 and shift, they're all doing the same amount of damage. So honestly, just eat it, son. The fact that we're doing 80% more damage at this point, and he's also vulnerable, it just seems ridiculous to me. The fact that we can play so many cards in one turn, especially in our first turn, is so good. A neutralize is fine, we just want to block up, and I suppose this is the best we can do. And of course it's not gonna be a perfect, because we're gonna be taking 1 damage, because normality just screws us over. It's fine though. I suppose we're gonna do leg sweep, which seems like a wise choice. A defense should be enough, and then we can just go shift, shift, strike. The Book of Stabbing. Just no rules scary monster. I'm still not in the groove where I could just talk about anything while I'm playing this game. I think I'm in that mood, not in that mood, but in that groove when I'm playing something like Isaac, but not with Slay the Spire. With Slay the Spire I still have to very actively think about what I'm doing, and that can detract from the commentary. Let's just play the Storm of Steel. I just see a play and I just play. It's just the way I work, I suppose. Guerilla should be good, honestly. Flechettes, I always liked the idea of flechettes. I tried to make it work once in a deck when I was playing in a single player mode. It's just a terrible card. I had the perfect deck for it and it was just still bad. It just wasn't even average, or it wasn't even potentially good. It was just a terrible card. Oh, one thing that's worth considering here. Do Infinite Blades... Let's do this. Do Infinite Blades, the daggers you get from them, are they also affected by Snack Hawaii? Let's see. It's an experiment. I'm just setting it up at this point. And I can do much more because friggin' normality. I need to remove normality in the shop. Remind me when I get to the shop to remove normality. So apparently they're still free. That's great news. I love that. A Cloak and Dagger. He's fine. And just a bunch of shifts. Let's just do damage. The fact that another strike is free just helps me feel my internal vitriol just leaving my body, because I know this fella is just gonna be dead soon. He's probably dead this turn. Yeah, I have so many attacks, and they're also free, so I have to be careful. Okay, it's fine. He has 4 HP. Don't think about it. Just play the cards. Dodge and roll. It's a backflip. I did say drawing more cards might be good because of the Storm of Steel, but I don't think we really need it at this point. We have so many innate cards, not innate cards, but cards that get added to our hand because of Infinite Blades, so that just seems solid. I don't need any defense in this particular case because he's dealing 10 damage. I will keep this just because it debuffs them. For essentially 1 energy, we gain 30% more damage, so that seems fine. Now we just have attacks in our hands. How do we deal with this? I think we're just able to kill one, maybe both of them even. I want to play Dagger Spread at the end. It deals the most damage, it deals damage twice to both of them, so that just seems like a great bargain. Let's go Shiv. I should have neutralized first. It's fine. I think they might be even doing the same amount of damage. That's 20 damage. I think a Dagger Spray will just kill this guy, and he's almost dead. And I have enough block to defend him anyways. Is he dead? He has to be, with a Cloak and Dagger. Perfect. Not perfect. I mean, I wish it was perfect and we would actually game perfect. It's not. The intangible should be good. Oh, a glass knife. Glass knife. Glass knife, not a knife. A knife is something completely different. Master of Strategy, honestly, yes. But honestly, we need to remove normality more. I just thought about it. I was like, oh, Master of Strategy, let's buy it. No. Bad Polka, the silent. You can't do that. A Blade Dance. It has the same effectiveness that the Cloak and Dagger has, except it doesn't give us any block, and we can upgrade it to give us 3 shifts, so it just seems ridiculously good. This hand seems fine. I don't need an Alchemize, I think. And maybe I would even replace Infinite Blades, honestly. Yeah. Because my strategy is just to kill this guy on this turn, and I think we can do it. I think it's entirely possible, especially because we have the energy potion. So let's just go ham. 36 damage, he's dead. Perfect. Perfect, that worked out well. Now the reason why I go for the knight first instead of this guy here is mostly because he heals the other guy and you don't really want that, so it just takes a little bit of a while to get down. So if I can't kill this guy fast, or also there's a second reason. If you kill this guy fast, he becomes angry because he's like, you killed my friend, I'll kill you now. That's a very dramatic reenactment of how that actually goes. You know, just keep in mind that basically they're friends, and if this guy loses his friend, he's not upset. And even if he would, look at him, he can't do much, right? But if the other guy loses it, he's a big burly knight, and he will protect his honor, I suppose. I'm not sure. I need an acrobatics. I don't think I need it anymore. Oh, right, a smith or a lift. If I smith, I would upgrade a cloak and dagger. It just seems better. And 1 permanent strength, if I can get it to 2, maybe even to 3. Seems decent. In this fight, I want to play Infinite Blades. I want to... This seems like a good hand. I don't need any defense though. I won't play Endless Agonist. I will play on Neutralize. Let's remove strikes. I mean replace strikes. Yeah, this is fine. Let's think about it. I will Neutralize to remove his artifact. It doesn't really matter in what order I play it in because he's not time dilated, right? Let's just do this as well. I think this is just gonna be the most damage. Obviously, leg sweep is not gonna do any damage, so maybe I should have played the other 2 small cards first as well. Not sure. I think I'm just gonna drink 1 just so I can play an Alchemist here. Oh, they are affected by time dilation. That's so peculiar. Is this enough block? Yeah, of course it is, because I popped the time dilation. I will use this on this guy when he actually starts attacking us. But until then, I will just focus on the little fellas. I should have played defend first, obviously. 10% more damage would have just changed everything. A glass knife is such a good card. I actually love it. I have no... So I'm just gonna take 2 damage because I have 0 defense in my hand. Oh! Wait, where did I get 5 block from? Did I just play a card that gives me block? I might be very silly. I'm probably very silly. This guy is dead for sure. And this guy might be dead. This is a bit awkward, isn't it? If I do this, and I do this, I think he's dead. Yeah. And 8 damage. I'm not gonna pop a ghost in the jar for this guy. Am I? I might, I will. How silly is that? Let's try to do this first. If I weaken him, still not enough. Fine, let's... I'm determined to get that perfect. I am actually using a ghost in the jar for 5 damage. That's how desperate I am. It's fine. A fairy in a bottle is okay, but I can't defend enough, right? No. Alright, so it was a valiant effort. That's the most I can say about this. No, not more though. Let's just do it like this and he should be dead. My Storm of Steel. He took my Storm of Steel, I didn't even notice that. That's the OG card, that's the best card of this deck. You can't just take it. So we're just doing damage to him. This is fun and interactive. I wish there was a way to just press attack and he would unleash every single attack he has in our... So we would basically take every attack we have in our hand and just attack him. If we have enough energy, right? So there would be no dubiousness as to which attack to choose. That might be a good idea. I think we need to defend. I'm not gonna joke with you, but that's basically all we can do. We should be fine. He's gonna recover after this turn. I think we have enough damage to survive, but even if we don't, I mean defense, but even if we don't, Fairy in a Bottle should be okay. I meant to say we have enough damage to sustain him, so even if he does another one, we might be able to kill him fast enough before he does it. That's what I'm trying to say. A leg sweep. Do we need it? I don't think we need it. We just go ham. Honestly, I expected there to be more curses. I want more curses in this deck. I want more damage. A neutralize is fine. There we go. Just strike him down like the dirty dog he is. I'm not sure what he's supposed to represent. I mean, obviously to some extent he's like a statue of some sort. Sure. That's great. It worked out for the best. we got some gold, we drew some cards, got a potion that draws us some cards, and adrenaline is just free. A phantasmal killer might actually be pretty good in this deck as well. A snack eye in a deck with predominantly free cards just seems like a bad idea. A philosopher's stone, all enemies gain 2 strength. Because we have no defense, or just no defense in general, that seems like a bad idea. So I suppose a lizard tail? I hope we don't have to use it, but it's there to save us, and we also have a fairy in a bottle, so we're pretty much unkillable. If I go here, here's a shop, maybe just try this elite, there's another shop here, which seems better, and then we can decide whatever we want to fight, this elite, or go to another shop. This seems good. This is like a very constrained area. I think there's the same amount of pets as on any other one, but it just seems a bit more generalized, I suppose. I don't think I'm gonna use an Infinite Blades here. Also don't think I'm gonna use a Strike. An Alchemize, I don't need it. Basically I want to draw into the Storm of Steel, yeah. And I want to do this. Oh, Daedalus Agony, copy twice, it's fine, it's fine. So now I think I want to do a leg sweep just to gain some block. And then I'm gonna do a Storm of Steel just to get as many cards as possible. I mean, as many shields as possible. And they should all be dead. There's no question about it. There's just no way that they survive this onslaught of damage. And I have enough block to sustain it. Great. Erratics, now, seems fine. Seemed fine before, but not anymore. Lose all gold, gain a relic. I don't need it. I think you gain a red mask, which just makes weaken better or something like that. I'm not sure. Hand drill, or maybe just weakens the enemies. Yeah, I think that's what it does. I think it weakens the enemies on the first floor, on their first turn. So like the bag of marbles applies 1 vulnerable to all enemies on the first turn. The red mask applies weaken, which can also be pretty good. But we don't fly that. I don't think it's worth 220 gold. A hand drill, I really like this trinket, especially for bosses which tend to defend themselves, and I think we're fighting Dona and Deka, and they tend to do that, so a hand drill just seems like a good investment at this point. Last time I said that I think it was, not a dodecahedron, a tetrahedron, but obviously it's an octahedron. For some reason, that just didn't click in my head. It says octa right there, so duh, obviously, right? Don't mind me. Sometimes I get my platonic solids mixed up. It happens all the time, really. Cloak and Dagger, and then we just basically go from lowest to highest. They all do the same amount of damage. He should be dead, I think. That's, yeah, of course, easily. We even overkilled him. We don't need another fairy in a bottle. Another dagger spray? Eviscerate. That's, I think, how many cards you discard. We're gonna fight an elite. Another shop? So many shops. I told you that buying both the courier and the other thing is gonna pay off for us. Another cloak and dagger. I mean, if you could upgrade it reliably, I would have been fine, but on rest sites, of which there will be none, I would rather upgrade my Gyria. So maybe just save our money for the next shop, which should be pretty soon. Let's fight the elite. I'm not scared. I'm actually not scared. Okay, so same thing as before. I don't need this. Maybe replace all of my strikes too. Yeah. Wait a second. Where we did? What? When did I get normality? Friggin' normality, dude. I don't like normality. I really don't like normality. So I should weaken him for sure. I defend. I don't want to use adrenaline because there's nothing I can do with it. I suppose I'll just play Glass Knife because that's most damage for our back. But where the hell did we get normality? I don't like normality. I want to remove it from existence. There is another shop coming up, so I will do that. Don't think I won't. He's doing so much damage now. I'm gonna drink this. There will be no rest sites, we just want to block as much as possible. And he's only taking 1 damage this time, which is very unfortunate. Friggin' normality, man. Friggin' normality. A leg sweep is completely fine. And this should be fine. Should have done it in the reverse order, obviously. I don't think it's gonna matter all that much in the end. The normality just messes with me, man. One good thing about Endless Agony, right? Every time you draw it, it doubles itself. And usually you would want to play it, but if you have a card like Storm of Steel, you just discard it. In return, you get shivs for it. Right? So that seems really good, because then you can redraw them and essentially you get more of those 0-cost cards in your deck. poison is not gonna do much for us. Wait, does this actually increase? No, it doesn't, of course. I thought for some reason maybe the slow takes precedent over the intangible, so we would actually deal more damage to him, but yeah, of course not. Doesn't work that way. A defend is unnecessary here, except for the fact that it increases some of the damage we do, and unload is great because it removes the K from our hand. So unload seems good because we can remove normality with it, we just actually need to draw it in the same turn. Another similar situation to before, but again, we're just drawing these cards, the high damaging cards on the turns he's intangible, so that just seems very unfortunate to me. He's dealing some damage, it's not terrible damage, but we have no way of defending. I mean, okay. I wish I could just play this without this, but honestly, if we're gonna do 1 damage at a time, let's just do 1 damage at a time. I'm completely fine with this. It's not much, but we did deal 10 damage there, which is better than nothing. If I play Adrenaline, 100% I'm gonna join to normality. Wanna see? Wanna see? Let's go. No normality. the game knew. The game knew. The game was like, you wanna bet? No. Damn it, game. I don't know when this antagonistic behavior has started for me with the game, but at some point I think you develop a relationship with the game you're playing, and you just start feeling it. You start feeling all the kinds of ways that the game can mess you up and just leave you begging for more, I suppose. That seems a little bit dramatic. We only need 9 damage this turn. That should be easy, right? 9 damage because we have 6 damage from the potion. We also have explosive potion, I suppose. So I don't want a Mamori, except for the fact I'm probably gonna get another normality, so maybe I do. Ancient potion is unnecessary. Another blade dance, sure. Honestly, guys, I love you, but if I draw normality, I might lose my mind. So I just honestly won't replace anything, because if that happens, this is a pretty good hand. I think it should be enough to deal with some of them, especially with explosive potion. So let's see, how can we do this? This is 1, and we can play another infinite blades. Sure, let's do this. Alright, now it's just about the prioritizing. Which do we focus first? I suppose we're gonna do this, just so we can see where we're at. This is gonna deal 15 damage, so 30 damage to both of them. So he's not gonna die. I want to save maybe this, so I can kill this guy. This guy should just... I mean, whoever I strike with this should just be dead, so maybe I should just do that first. Now the question is, who do I kill with a glass knife? Maybe the explodey guy. No, explodey guy has the least HP. I want to kill the guy who has the most HP with this first. Absolutely, yeah. Seems like a very reasonable conclusion, right? Now, there's a chance that our cards will actually do 19 damage or 20, so I probably want to strike this guy first, and then this is 19 and this is 20. He's done it! A mad genius. I'm not a mad genius, not at all. It just worked out somehow. This is what happens when you actually start thinking with your brain. So, you know, let that be a cautionary tale. You use your brain, things will tend to work out better than if you don't use your brain. Typically. I don't need anything else, honestly. I would really have wanted more campfires. Regret is fine. Honestly, is regret unplayable? Fine, completely fine for me, with me. Powers, Mummified Hand, unnecessary. So Mummified Hand, if you don't know, every time you play power, a random card in your hand costs 0 for the turn. And that's ridiculously good if you have a power deck, but we don't, so. I'll go here, hit this, maybe upgrade it once, upgrade our Gearya, get us to 2 strength, and see where that takes us. I'll basically discard anything that doesn't draw us more cards. I don't want unload. A neutralize might not be. I'll keep neutralize. This is horrible. It's fine, we're gonna discard it with the Storm of Steel, so it's not too that bad. I'll do this for sure, and then just a Storm of Steel. He should be dead. No question in my mind, this boy is just over with. With 1 shift to spare. Who would have thought? I don't need this. Honestly, I'm feeling very confident. Another dagger spray. Why not? Doesn't hurt, right? The more cards we have in our deck, the less chance we draw into our curses, and they are essentially upgraded, so these cards, it's not like they're bad cards, right? They're pretty good. Alchemize, yeah, I don't need, give me more offense. This is fine. A survivor should not be I mean, we should just play it. We have enough energy to sustain it. This is gonna deal so much damage, dude. I can't wait to actually unleash it. I need to play the other cards first, though. Let's be vigilant about this. Yeah? Yeah? I think they're dead with the dagger spray, for sure. So let's just focus on this bad one. Perfect. It would have been easy if I actually saw how much damage it did. I didn't want to do the mental math, so I just figured they're dead. And they were, which is great. Let's see what you have for us. I think you're dead as well. We're doing so much damage. I love it. I actually love it. This deck is very... Another Cloak and Dagger, sure. If we go here, yeah, it's fine. I'll go here. It doesn't really matter, right? I get to upgrade one strength here, which makes it a little bit more likely that we're gonna perfect either this or the boss. And there's only one elite to fight in either case if I go left or here. Oh yeah, I want to fight this guy. He seems like a great fight in our case. Infinite Blades, I'm gonna play them. Cloak and Dagger, I'm gonna play them. All of this seems great. I'm gonna discard Endless Agonies. I think they might be the least useless cards in our hand right now. And honestly, just be vigilant. Oh, and the fact that... Oh yeah, because their powers... Oh, okay, so maybe the Mummified hand is not as bad as I thought it would be. I don't know why I'm thinking so hard. But yeah, the Mummified hand, because we start with 2 innate powers in our hands, that makes 2 other cards free. So essentially, we get to play our powers for free, so that's really good, I think. True Curse... So we have 25 cards, and you draw me 3 curses in the same turn. Game? I think you just might be screwing with me at this point. It's fine though. These curses aren't all that bad. Adrenaline first, I suppose. No reason not to. I'm gonna do this. A choke! Yes, please. Alchemize. A defend. Honestly, I'll play this as well. Another adrenaline. Okay, so this turn I think he's just dead. There's just no way he survives this, right? Should I play choke first? I should. Because it's dealing 3 damage. I think that's just gonna be a better value on the long term. On the long term, not turn. Term as in T-E-R-M. Right, neutralize. A Shiv. Perfect, perfect. This deals 6 damage. That one does 6 damage. The fact that one Shiv or one strike is dealing like 19 damage up to 20 is so silly, and the fact we also have 3 damage every time we use a card is also really, really good. So I'm a big fan of that. 3 Shivs in our hand. Honestly, I dig it. He's dead this turn. I think. There's no way he survives, right? Almost. Almost. We didn't take any damage yet, so this might be our first perfect elite, which is exciting. I didn't really do the math there. I just thought the Glass Knife would for sure kill him. Vajra is great. Dreamcatcher is fine. Not really useful at this point. We did get through it though. I'm feeling pretty good about this deck, honestly. Infinite Blades makes other cards free, and Dagger Spray. Cloak and Dagger is perfect. There we go. Honestly, this hand in particular is ridiculously good. It's so good though. We need to use some Shivs. Look at this ridiculousness. And we have more Shivs. I can just kill them with Shivs. I can just do this and they're all dead. With one spray, much less do. That was the perfect hand to draw, I think, in any... honestly, we might do another lift. Let's do another lift. So we did manage to get Gyria to 3. That's always nice. Dona and Deka. How the hell do you even fight these guys? And the fact that they're not slowed because from time dilation makes me a little bit uncomfortable. That's fine, I think. Let's do it like this. Infinite Blades is definitely going to be played. I'm going to neutralize you because you're the one attacking, obviously. I don't think there's a good chance we perfect them. I don't think there's a chance we perfect them at all. No reason to not to play this, I suppose. This is gonna deal more damage to him, so let's do that. So I suppose we're gonna be focusing this guy. I'm not sure if there's a difference in focusing them. I've never read up on the strategy, but I'm still really bad at this game, so just bear with me, I suppose. Just focus this guy. We have so much latent strength, like 7 strength from Gyria, from the Duvu doll, which is like a voodoo doll but in reverse, and Vajra. It's just pretty good in a deck like this. We have so many Shivs, we have so many... Not so many. Should have obviously played Dagger Spray. That was really bad of me. Thanks. I also have intangible. I should have used that there. No reason not to. No reason not to pop an artifact potion as well. Let's just poison this fella. Yeah, that was bad of me. I don't have enough defense to even justify a lot of the things I do. Anyway, so I just might pop it now. Alright, so let's just think about this. Adrenaline just is fine. I regret. I'll just discard it. Even though I'll play all of my cards. So maybe it's the best card to discard. No reason to think about it, let's just go ham. Is he dead? No, but he's close. I think if I played my dagger spray before, he would have been dead this turn, which means if I used my intangible the previous turn, I just wouldn't take any damage up until this point. You live and you learn, right? You live and you learn. I would have taken damage this turn anyway, so dagger spray first and then a storm of steel and just go ham on the other boy. Hello Donut. The octahedron is now dead. I've gotten my platonic sonic stride, you know the enemy more than you know yourself or something like that. Let's take a power. A raid form is, if I got that sooner, would have been good. Well laid plans, I suppose. I'll weaken him, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this, and I'll do a dagger spray. It's bad ordering, I know, but we don't have time relation anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So it's not bad ordering, actually. I'm just saying it is. I will do this, no reason not to. He's dealing a ridiculous amount of damage. He should be dead next turn. I don't want to keep hammering this guy, no, just go. Maybe, no, actually it wouldn't be a bad idea to keep the curse, because the curse gets added to your hand. It's not like it replaces a card, so it would have been a better idea to keep the curse so I can actually discard it with a storm of steel. I think that's what it's called. So I would actually get another shift, so it would do something. It would actually be the right play to keep it there, but it seems very non-intuitive, right? 124 HP at the end is really good. Hello heart, it's nice to meet you again. 860 damage. I'm not sure what I'm doing so wrong that I'm not getting higher scores in the end. I suppose besides not getting perfect, which might literally be the only thing that's getting me, right? But I don't know. I feel like there are some tricks that I haven't learned yet. I should start reading up on them. I'm winning reliably, I think. I think I've only lost one daily climb. That's mostly to the fact that daily climbs tend to be, I think, a little bit easier. But when you see scores like 3000, I think this one is fake. But I think some of these scores might be real, like getting for 1400 score seems doable. But the fact that people have twice as much score as I do just seems, I don't know, a little bit silly, I suppose. I should watch some people play them. I don't feel like I'm doing that much different that it would warrant such a lower score, but I suppose I am. Maybe there are just some minor tweaks I need to do in my gameplay to get there, but we'll get there eventually, right? This is a process of learning, this is a process of getting to know the game, and this is a process of growing, I suppose. Maybe that's a little bit dramatic, but that's just the way we do it on this channel. So with all of that said, I hope you enjoyed this one, guys, and I hope to see you next time.